Today we have a guest reader. It's Eleanor.
And today's Crazy Hair Day. We're wearing different crazy hair colors. So today we're reading The Legend of the Bluebonnet by
Tommy the Power. He passed away yesterday. We didn't know that.
Yeah.
We read a book by him before we even knew that. Wow.
Legend of the Bluebonnet.
No, don't go in the kitchen.
Great spirits, the land is dying. Your people are dying too. A long line of dancers sang, "Tell us what you have done to tell us what we have done to anger you. End this drought, save your people. Tell us what we must do so you will send the rain that will bring back life." For 3 days, dancers danced to the sound of drums. For 3 days, the people called Comanche watched and waited. And even though the hard winter was over, no healings rains came. Drought and famine are the hardest on the very young and the very old. Among the few children left was a small girl named She Who Is Alone. She sat by herself watching the dancers, and her lap was a doll made from buckskin, a warrior doll. The eyes, nose, and mouth were painted on with the juice of berries. It wore beaded leggings and a belt of polished bone. On its head were brilliant blue feathers from the bird who cries, "Jay, Jay, Jay." She loved her doll very much. Soon, She Who Is Alone said to her doll, the shaman will go off alone to the top of the hill and listen for the words of the Great Spirit. Then we will know what to do so that once more the rain will come and the earth will be green and alive. The buffalo will be plentiful and the people will be rich again. As she talked, she thought of the mother who made the doll, of the father who brought the blue feathers. She thought of the grandfather and grandmother she had never known. They were all like shadows. They all seemed long ago. They had died from the famine. The people had named her and cared for her. The warrior doll was the only thing she had left from those distant days. The sun is setting, the runner called. As he ran to the camp, the shaman is returning. The people gathered in this circle as the shaman spoke. "I have heard the words of the Great Spirit," he said. The people have become selfish. For years they have taken from the earth without giving anything back. The Great Spirit says the people must sacrifice. We must make a burnt offering of the most valued possession among us. The ashes of this offering shall then be scattered to the 4 points on it, the home of the winds. When the sacrifice is made, the drought and famine will cease. Life will be restored to the earth and to the people. The people sang a song of thanks to the Great Spirits for telling them what they must do. "I'm sure it's not my new bow that the Great Spirits want," a warrior said. "Or my special blanket," a woman added. As everyone went to their teepees to talk and think over what the Great Spirit had asked. Everyone that is, except She Who Is Alone. She held her doll tightly to her heart. "You," she said, looking at the doll, "you are my most valued possession. It is you the Great Spirits want." And she knew what she must do. As the council fires died out and the teepee flaps began to close, a small girl returned to the teepee, where she slept to wait. The night outside was still except for the distant sound of the night bird with the red wings. Soon everyone in the teepee was asleep. except she who was alone. Under the ashes of the teepee fire, one stick still glowed. She took it and quietly crept out into the night. She ran to the place on the hill where the great spirits had spoken to the shaman. All stars filled the sky, but there was no moon. "O great spirits," she who was alone said, "here is my warrior doll. It is the only thing I have from my family who died in this famine. It is my most valued possession. Please accept it." Then gathering twigs, she started a fire with the glowing fire stick. The small girl watched as the twigs began to catch and burn. She thought of her grandmother and grandfather, her mother and father, and all the people, their suffering, their hunger. And before she could change her mind, she thrust the doll into the fire. She watched until the flames died down and the ashes had grown cold, and she scooped up a handful. She who was alone scattered the ashes to the home of the winds, north and the east, the south and the west. And there she fell asleep until the first light of the morning sun woke. She looked out over the hill and stretched out from all sides. Where the ashes had fallen, the ground was covered with flowers, the beautiful flowers as blue as the feathers in the hair of the dove, as blue as the feathers of the bird who cried, "Jay, Jay, Jay."
What bird is that?
When the people came out and over their teepees, they could scarcely believe their eyes. They gathered on the hill with she who was alone to look at the miraculous sight. There was no doubt about it. The flowers were a sign of forgiveness from the great spirits. And as the people sang and danced their thanks to the great spirits, the warm rain began to fall, and the land began to live again. From that day on, the little girl was known by another name, one who dearly loved her people. And every spring, the great spirits remember the sacrifice of the little girl and fill the hills and valleys of the land, now called Texas, with beautiful blue flowers, even to this very day. And that flower is called the Bluebonnet, and it's a very pretty flower. And bye, everybody.